Hi, welcome back to my cup of TV with Jenny,
JD and Erin.
I've just realised every time I do it, I kind of go like this, like, like I'm so...
Yeah, you lie.
Stray Kids have just done or featured on, or collaboration or something, with, it's called Lil Durk.
Oh, yeah, I saw this all over Instagram.
Yeah, a lot of people were talking about it. I know that he's an American rapper. And the song is called All My Life, but it's something, it's like, I think he's done the song, which I think might have been a J. Cole song originally.
There were lots of people tagged into
and
it.
then he's done a load of remixes, I think, of it with different people, and Stray Kids have done one.
Okay.
That's my knowledge of it. I may be wrong. I'm sure people will let us know. You say All My Life, I just think of it, you know, was it CeCe and JoJo? Do you remember that song?
Was that the slow? Yeah.
Yeah, that one. That's what I think of. Yeah. So yeah, I'm interested to see how Stray Kids are involved in this and how much they're involved. So
Open book. Just have to see what we get.
luckily, because there's no visuals like MV or anything, it's easier to not see spoilers, I think.
Oh, is it just a lyric video?
I believe so.
Okay.
I just know that there was a lot of talk about it, and I was like, what is this? I need to see.
Okay. Stray Kids.
As I've said, it says Stray Kids, I will watch it. If it says Stray Kids, I will buy it. I just... That's where I'm at.
The cult has trained you well.
Yeah. So please remember to like, comment and subscribe. And in the comments, tell us what you know about this song. Because we know nothing.
All my life I've been running alone. Space and time, I see them come and go. Been fighting from the low, The pressure takes me to the top. Sticks and stones, yeah, just keep them up. Ayy, feel the reach, but they just cannot touch. Broken bones, yeah, I pick them up. Ayy, shattered dreams, you make me never stop. Cause I've been doing this all my life. Trying to keep me down. They be trying to keep me down. All this time. Never thought I'd make it out. No. No. All my life. They be trying to keep me down. I decided I had to finish. But the media called me a menace. I just said with the men politicians, I'm trying to change the image. You can't blame my past no more. I go in the trenches. Some said I'd never be a superstar, but I know I'm different. I'm the voice, but the system ain't give me a choice. Know some people that's still unemployed. I know a fellow who trying to get forward. Child support, only support. For a visit, I'm going through courts. Went to jail, they was training me up. And you know that I'm famous as fuck. See how you gon' joke about stimulus, but they really ain't came in the clutch. I know some kids wanna hurt themselves. Stop trying to take drugs, I refer to myself. Trying to better myself, trying to better my health. But all my life, they be trying to keep me
I
down.
love his sound on his little bits here.
All this time. Never thought I'd make it out. No. All my life. They be trying to keep me down. 주변의 말로에도 불구하고 있어. 내게 해야 거라는 그들의 실수. 그때마저 내 행복에 집중해. 너가 바라본 수면 위로 떠오른 내 모습은 거품이 아닌 이름. 그 파도가 오면 그 위로 떠올라 저 높이 속에서 내 이름. Ain't nobody can stop talking about it. 이 정보는 달려 퍼지는 topic. 명지 딱 기어잡히 내 갈 길 가니까지 I'm just fucking. 수중에 나가기로 해도 지난 날의 고민. 내 의지에 다치듯 도미. 결함이가 돼버린 고비. 아직 그쳐.
I love that line in Felix there about there is no failure, just part of the story.
this line will be powerful.
Yeah. I like that. Like I said, I really liked Felix's line
Yeah.
that there is no failure, it's just part of the story, because yeah, if we view our failures that way, they're a lot easier to handle, and we all do grow from them.
Well, a lot of people have an illusion that success in life is literally one road or the other. It's either success or failure, but actually it's the same road. You just have failures along the way, and the way to success is that you learn from them each time. So there's
and a failure can lead you to a different success.
Exactly, yeah. There's loads of people. Richard Branson, really successful like entrepreneurs, have spoken about that before. So it is true that people should, in a way, you know, if you give yourself a hard time for something, you're like, actually, no, this is just part of the journey. So
I think real failure is if you haven't learned from it.
Yeah, I mean, I say Lil Durk, I struggle using the word Lil, just because it's not a word I would use, it doesn't come naturally to me.
Yeah.
But in his parts when he said about trying to better myself, he was saying, like, you know, people trying to hurt themselves, people trying to, you know, don't do that. And he said, like, I refer to myself almost like I'm talking from experience.
yeah, like he's
Don't
potentially trying to be a role model now.
Yeah.
Said about
Quite pay it forward.
drugs, and he said that's when he then said, I'm talking to myself.
And also I think the idea of I'm trying to better myself is also a good message of, I'm not saying I'm perfect now.
No.
Yeah, accountability.
I'm still working on it.
Rather than gloss over and don't look at the accountability. That's true.
Is the worst thing you can do is stop trying. As long as you are making an effort.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what that
respect
song was
that.
about. Was like, even if you get your knockdowns in different ways, you keep trying.
Well, the message of the chorus was basically, like, all my life, in a way, I've always been behind. I've always been on the back end of things. You know, there's always been held down. So I'm, you know, it's been a fight to get here, but I'm still
and that
fighting.
was why I was intrigued of where he was from, because obviously I can imagine that growing up in different areas of the country, I think they said he was from Chicago. If he grew, and again with the chorus having the backing of like children in it, it just made me think of I wonder what his childhood was like if he grew up deprived, obviously a person of colour, and things, you know what I mean. So it made me feel like, oh, okay, he's obviously come from some struggle.
Because he did talk early on about what was it he said? It was, I'm done sat with the mayor and politicians, I'm trying to change the image, can't blame my past no more, I come from the trenches. So almost like I've had a tough start, but I can't blame that for my behaviour now. Like at some point you have to say,
and one of the Stray Kids members actually made a reference to something being an anchor and weighing them down. So it's almost like that, of saying that, yes, that did keep me down, or, you know, for a certain amount of time, but I can't use that as an excuse anymore. Like you said, accountability, and I've got to start
because he also
picking
said,
myself up.
I'm the voice, but the system ain't give me a choice.
Yeah.
I see what you mean, that kind of, I didn't choose that life, but I was in a position where
the circumstances he was born into.
I didn't.
I think one of the things that where you read about the line about the mayor and the politicians, it's then saying, right, now I want to be the change that I wished I'd had.
Yeah, to make the change, these are the routes you need to go down. Can I just say who stood out for me on this song though? Han.
He sounded phenomenal.
I think
I was caught off guard.
Because in the beginning we had the vocals the vocal line of Stray Kids, and then we had the rap parts from the rap line of Stray Kids. But Han, he kind of switched between the two in his part, didn't he? He'd be rapping and then he'd just do this lovely little vocal bit.
He's good at doing that. Yeah, I really liked all the vocals. It did. I would be intrigued to, if it ever happened, for them to sing that live. Because I could hear a lot of post-production on the entire thing.
Yeah.
So it'd be really lovely to hear them sing that live without it having that post-production on it. But
I suppose because it's not going to have been Stray Kids that would have done the production, and which I would assume, and obviously we're used to the three ratchet producers.
Yeah, but Stray Kids do like to play around with production and post-production stuff as well.
Definitely. It's just interesting because it's another sound. I can hear there's a lot of production on their voice. Their voices did sound really good, but I would also be intrigued just to hear that live if that was ever possible.
Their vocal, so their parts, they were talking about, I feel like their journey as idols and that struggle of having to fight to get there, and like the path you walk to get there, and how they're judged as idols.
They're so judged. The real I felt when I heard Korean.
Yes.
I thought it was going to be English all the way here. And absolutely, that's fine. But that there will be... You've got, obviously... I don't know how big of a rapper he is.
I don't know.
What kind of following.
Yeah.
But himself, he said, now I'm famous as fuck.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that he is famous. And they've come together and they've done this. And he very easily could have been like, oh, all English, please, for an audience. But no.
Oh, what a great introduction to Korean rap as well.
Yeah.
Because there'll be a lot of people, we've all met them, who say, if it's in another language, I can't understand it, so there's no point in me listening. Whereas people may listen to that, get to the Korean parts and be like, okay, I don't understand it, but I like how it sounds and I can just enjoy the sound of it. Even if you don't want to look deeper, you can just enjoy that. Thinking, I like their flow, I just like that's...
The tone of, obviously we could see what they were saying, they're too quick for me. I need to slow down so I can read. But the tone of it, you could just feel it was in the same vein as the rest of the song. So it is that, I don't need to understand it. I know that they are saying what this song feels.
Yeah, it flowed nicely, didn't feel out of place. And then obviously we say about the nice vocals at the beginning.
Mm-hmm. I was really pleased because it was... That's why I like lyric videos, because you think, that's this person, that's this person. I know the voice without you. It's like you've been graded.
Or sometimes I think because as we all say, with so many members fitting everybody in, you'll hear a vocal part and you'll be like, oh, there's Chan, and then it will change. You're like, wait, was that still Chan or was that Lino? And then it's changed again, and you're like, oh, wait, now that's, Because I always find the hardest vocal to place for me is Lino's.
Here's one I thought, yes, that is Lino, I'm right. I understand, obviously the chorus bit was...
Children's choir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he did have 7 kids, 8 kids there, could have used them.
Yeah.
I would like to hear how they would have sounded all together singing that bit. But yeah, obviously for the song it needed to be.
I would have had them singing it all together, but I would have had intersplicing Sungmin and Han ad-libs over the top.
Yes, it would have been beautiful, but I like the unity of it all.
But that's me being really picky of, what I would have done as someone who has no expertise in this whatsoever is.
When I produce this, I will.
I thought the children's choir was a nice touch because, and again, sorry, I don't know the original one, but it added, although the song itself was like positive message and hopeful, it added a tinge of sadness of almost like the grieving for the losses that they might have had in their childhood from having a tough start. You know what I mean? It was sad. So it's something haunting, and that's the thing, is in the importance of the message, I think, is also emphasised by having that children's choir there to make people feel a bit more about it and to think a bit more about it.
And the focus should be on kids.
Well, in a way, you could say when he's talking about being the voice and talking to mayors and politicians, that change isn't necessarily for yourself.
No.
It's for those people, the kids who are growing up now. what you can do for them, isn't it?
Gotta hope that, or if you want to get really sad, you could say that the changes are trying to be put in now, but it's too late for those kids to feel the benefit of that change.
What is it people say? Leave the world a better place than you found it.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. So I think that's a really good introduction to like Stray Kids and Korean rap for people who may not have heard it before.
I'd love to know how that came about.
Yeah.
If you know, type it below.
Well done, Erin. Okay, so that was our reaction to Lil Durk, All My Life, Stray Kids remix. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.